A day of love. Trump's reframing of January 6th. Former President Donald Trump has ignited a firestorm of controversy with his recent remarks about the January 6th Capitol attack. In a stunning departure from his initial condemnation, Trump now refers to the event as a day of love. This jarring characterization has sent shockwaves through the political landscape, drawing sharp criticism from opponents and raising concerns about the future of American democracy. Trump's evolving narrative underscores the deep divisions that continue to plague the nation and highlights the fragility of truth in the digital age. Trump's comments came during a rally in support of his endorsed candidates for the upcoming midterm elections. The former president, known for his penchant for hyperbole and inflammatory rhetoric, told the cheering crowd that January 6th was a day when patriots gathered to express their love for America. He downplayed the violence that unfolded at the Capitol, characterizing it as a peaceful protest that was unfairly demonized by the media and his political opponents. Trump's words were met with a mix of cheers and gasps, underscoring the stark polarization that continues to define American politics. From condemnation to celebration, a timeline of Trump's rhetoric. Trump's reframing of January 6th as a day of love represents a dramatic shift from his initial response to the attack. In the immediate aftermath of the riot, Trump released a video message condemning the violence and urging his supporters to go home. He acknowledged the outcome of the 2020 election, albeit begrudgingly, and pledged a peaceful transition of power. However, within days, Trump's tone began to change. He refused to attend Joe Biden's inauguration and continued to make unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud. As investigations into the Capitol attack progressed and the House Select Committee began holding public hearings, Trump became increasingly vocal in his defense of the rioters. He downplayed the severity of the violence, claiming that the rioters were hugging and kissing police officers and that the real insurrection happened on Election Day. Trump's rhetoric has become increasingly divorced from reality, fueled by a steady diet of misinformation and conspiracy theories. His willingness to embrace falsehoods and incite his supporters has raised alarm bells among lawmakers, historians, and democracy experts who warn of the dangers of normalizing political violence. Outrage and applause, the divided reactions to Trump's statement. Trump's Day of Love remark has ignited a firestorm of controversy, drawing sharp condemnation from Democrats, some Republicans, and even some of his former allies. President Joe Biden, in a rare rebuke of his predecessor, called Trump's comments sick and un-American. Vice President Kamala Harris accused Trump of gaslighting the nation and attempting to rewrite history. Republican Senator Mitt Romney, a frequent critic of Trump, said the former president's words were despicable and showed a flagrant disregard for the truth. However, Trump's comments were met with applause and cheers from his loyal base of supporters. Many of his followers view the January 6th attack as a legitimate protest against a stolen election and see Trump as a victim of a deep state conspiracy. They believe that the media and the political establishment are engaged in a coordinated effort to silence Trump and his supporters. This deep sense of grievance and distrust of institutions has created a fertile ground for misinformation and conspiracy theories to flourish. The legal and political minefield navigating Trump's shifting narrative. Trump's evolving narrative on January 6th has significant legal and political ramifications. Legal experts say that his comments could complicate the Justice Department's ongoing investigation into the attack, potentially making it more difficult to prosecute those involved. Trump's words could also be used against him in future civil lawsuits filed by victims of the violence. Politically, Trump's downplaying of the Capitol attack has further alienated him from moderate Republicans and independents, while solidifying his support among his base. This could make it more difficult for Republicans to win back control of Congress in the upcoming midterm elections. Trump's continued insistence on spreading misinformation about the 2020 election and the January 6th attack poses a serious threat to American democracy. His words have eroded trust in democratic institutions and fueled political polarization. This has created a dangerous environment where violence is seen as an acceptable form of political expression. A nation divided, the erosion of truth and its impact on democracy. Trump's reframing of January 6th as a day of love is a stark reminder of the fragility of truth in the digital age. In an era of social media and hyper-partisan news outlets, it has become increasingly difficult to distinguish fact from fiction. Misinformation and disinformation have become powerful weapons in the hands of those seeking to sow division and undermine democratic norms. The erosion of trust in traditional media outlets and the rise of social media echo chambers have created a fertile ground for conspiracy theories and alternative narratives to flourish. This has led to a situation where people are increasingly living in different realities, making it difficult to have productive conversations about important issues. Safeguarding the future, combating misinformation, and strengthening democratic values. The challenges posed by misinformation and the erosion of truth require a multi-pronged approach. Social media companies need to do more to combat the spread of false information on their platforms. News organizations need to double down on their commitment to accurate and impartial reporting, and individuals need to become more discerning consumers of information, developing critical thinking skills, and learning how to identify and debunk false claims. Beyond these practical steps, it is essential to reaffirm our commitment to democratic values such as truth, justice, and the rule of law. We must reject the politics of division and hate and embrace a spirit of civility and respect for one another. The future of American democracy depends on our willingness to engage in honest and open dialogue, seek common ground, and work together to address the challenges facing our nation.